Drinking is the biggest fucking scam. We drank for happiness but became unhappy. We would drink for joy but became miserable. We drank to become sociable but became argumentative. We would drink to be sophisticated, but then we became obnoxious. We would drink for friendships, but somehow we made enemies. We would drink for sleep, but then would be awakened without rest. We would drink for strength, but then felt weak. We would drink for relaxation, and then we'll get the shakes. We would drink for bravery, and then become afraid. We would drink for confidence, and then become doubtful. We would drink to make conversations easier, and then our slurred speech would come into play. We would drink to feel heavenly, and then would feel like hell. We would drink to forget, and then we were forever haunted. We would drink for freedom, and then somehow became slaves. We drank to erase problems, then saw them multiply. We would drink to cope with life, and then somehow invited death. It's just, the proof is in the pudding, people. It's like, we think that it's going to give us one thing, and over a long period of time, sometimes even just a short, brief period of time, it just takes over your life. It took over mine. It took over the ability for me to actually feel confident. Because that was the thing. I thought that I was more confident when I drank, that I was able to get up on that stage and sing karaoke and get on that dance floor and do my dance moves and do all the things that made me feel like I was confident. But then when the alcohol would wear off, I no longer felt confident. And all these deep connections that I thought I was making with people would also go away when I would sober up. I either would say things like, I would never hang out with that person if I wasn't drinking, right? I had a lot of drinking buddies. Or I would remember that maybe there were some red flags that I just kind of brushed over because of the use of alcohol. And alcohol always led to more drugs, right? So I just remember so many nights that I didn't get proper sleep because I was drinking late, then eating late, and then smoking late. And it's just this vicious cycle that we think that alcohol is this glorious thing. I heard a video like 2 days ago where they said if apples made us violently throw up, black out, and punch our friends in the face, we most likely would stop eating the apples. But for some reason, we continue to go down the path of let's drink, even though those are the possibilities. And you're only one night away from ruining the rest of your fucking life. Like, so many nights that could have been prevented had I not had alcohol in my system. So many arguments, so many fights. And people will say, well, at least like control your liquor. I wasn't able to because I was using it for reasons to cope. And when you're using it for reasons to cope, you don't have limitations. And it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when you go down that path of getting highly addictive to something that's meant to be addictive. But being addicted to a depressant is just like a double-edged sword. It's like it makes you feel good temporarily, but then you feel like shit the next 2, 3, 4 days until you forget about how shitty you felt, and then you go right back into drinking the poison. And I just thought it was pretty funny that it's called wine and spirits, right? In Arabic, it's called alcohol, which means in Arabic, body, eating, spirit. And then I was like, spirit and wine. My brain was just like going all over the place because I'm like, it's literally this dark just substance that makes you do the worst things. Like, you don't hear, not saying that weed is good either, but you don't hear about people robbing banks and killing people and doing all these hurtful, harmful things while smoking weed. All of the times have been alcohol. And that alcohol, the use of that drug, leads to other drugs, which makes people do even more stupid things. It really is the gateway drug. And if you can avoid it at all costs, do it. Because what you're being sold is a fucking lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. I'm just so passionate about it because it took me being on the other side of it to see, like, even just the smallest amount, even if you can control it, it's not good for your body, and it doesn't allow you to be your best self. It doesn't allow you to perform at your peak performance and do the things that you want to do with your life. It holds you back. just like weed holds you back. Heroin or coke or Molly or ecstasy or any other drug under the sun. If it's not meant to be in your body, it probably shouldn't be there. It's just what I learned. But alcohol for me was always the one that would just put me in a downward spiral every single time. Even when I had it under control towards the end and would just have 2 glasses, I always felt like shit the next day. I always felt lesser. And now I want to feel more than. I want to feel uplifted and happy and joyful. And this is all possible. And these are all things that I learned through just showing up for myself. So, if you want to learn what I did and how I did it and how I reframe my view towards alcohol, I have a community. Would love anybody to message me if they're looking for somebody to just listen or hop on a call with or join. I just want to get everybody together so we can all heal together. And I think that Sobriety 7 really embodies all of that. So message me, comment, let me know what you want to hear me rant about. I would love to read it. So see you on the flip side.